It's Sunday the 16th of September 2018. Just arrived back in Brighton for the second day of Lib Dem conference. Well, by the time I got here this morning, I was half an hour late for my first meeting. I was kind of expecting that anyway, but it was a meeting for parliamentary candidates, and it was all about the party's new strategy and about sort of categorising seats according to their target or aspiring constituencies, or the rest of us, which is, let's face it, most of us would fall into the rest of us, which is, I think they call them developmental constituencies. It was actually quite an interesting presentation that we were given by Sean Roberts, who's the Director of Campaigns, and I asked the question at the end whether I'd be able to have the materials to put into Parliamentary Campaigner. In other words, how much of it was all confidential? Well, apparently none of it's confidential, so I'm expecting to include the whole of the presentation that was given this morning in the next Parliamentary Campaigner. I had another meeting this morning, and halfway through it I suddenly thought I went and left my jacket in the room where we'd had the previous meeting, and I've had it for 23 years, that jacket. For me, that means it's relatively new. So I've just rushed back to the Metropole Hotel, and hurrah! The jacket was still there on the back of the seat. So, anyway, I need to be back in London in a few minutes. So I'm heading up there now, just trying to get past all the lunchtime crowds of Lib Dems, and I've got some things to do in London, but tomorrow I'll be back and I'll be spending the whole day here in Brighton.